A few years ago, I worked as an English teacher in Brazil. The kids I had to teach were about 7 years old. School in Brazil works a little bit different from our European system. Every lesson has to contain a theoretical part and a playful game or handicraft work. The overall topic of the semester was the United Kingdom, so I tried to approximate what is special about the British people and their way of life. On that special day, we worked on English literature. I was very happy about some movie versions, especially for kids, that showed well-known English novels in a suitable way. I decided on Frankenstein for that day. We watched the children's version of Mary Shelley's novel, which was a little bit spooky, but nevertheless really nice and appropriate for 7-year-old kids. Afterwards, I started with the craft work. We wanted to build Frankenstein figures of papier-mâché and old newspapers. Soon I realized that I made a mistake. My time management was horrible. The glue needed much more time to dry than I expected. The children started going anxious and it was really boring. I tried to cheer them up, but I had no chance after they waited for some time. I decided to continue the next day after the glue had dried. Unfortunately, it went even worse on that day. During the night, some of the balloons we used to create the figures lost air. They shriveled and were not of use anymore. The kids were upset and disappointed because we never finished that craft and they had nothing to take home that afternoon. What I really learned on these days is that time management is one of the most important parts to keep in mind while planning a lesson. From these days on, I always had a plan B. And furthermore, I never tried to do a handicraft work with my kids, which I have not practiced before.